How's it going? How's the Saturday going? Just check in, make sure everything I have up here is good to go. And then I'll get started in on what I got going today. Okay. Should be good. Okay, so plan today is I'm going to be working on the Draco concept some more. I need to do a top view of this, and then we're going to be doing some studies of some behaviors, so I got to get those started, sketched out. So we'll just get going on that stuff. Hey T-Rex, how's it going? Let's see what we got here. We need this material. What do I need? I'm just thinking really quick about what I actually need to get out of this out of this render. I don't think I need the shadows to be that strong. Yeah, the doggo is being a problem. I'll just save out a few of these renders and then I'll get back into Photoshop. Mask. Draco. else do we need out of here? I probably need my pencil lines. Tropio is not done. I'm still working on Tropio, but I don't know. This feels like I could wrap it up. At least the concept for it. I can wrap up the concept for it pretty cleanly. So I wanted to do that before we jump back over to Tropio. Try to find a good stopping point on Draco, and then jump back over to Tropio. We still got a ways to go on that guy. I just think of it as like a little intermission. What else do I need? Probably need my ink. Quick ink pass. Does this look better? No, because it has the filter on. Turn that off. Does that look better rendered or not? Not much of a difference. I'll just save this out like this then. This is our ink. Save that. Then we'll do the composite and we'll start sketching over green. Hi, thanks to you, started learning C. I'm not sure what that is for Unity. I'm sure you're record. Can't talk today. I'm sure you're referring to some sort of coding, right? Getting into gaming, nice. Yeah, I tried to learn some code way back, and I wasn't very good at it. I should try again, because I am also interested in that, but I don't know when I'll have time to do that. Maybe one day I'll get to it. Yeah, I'm glad that the game's inspired you to get into it. Oh no. I think we are crashing. All right, sorry about that, everybody. Should be back up. Yeah, I don't know why it does that sometimes, but we will try to get back on task here. Hi everyone. Yeah, I mean, my stream hasn't crashed in a while. I don't know why it does that. I think it's a, I mean, I feel like it's an OBS thing. It doesn't like when you switch windows sometimes, and then it just like freezes, which is really annoying. I think there is a new, I think I saw a notification about a new update for OBS, but that sometimes makes things worse, I feel like. So who knows? Like literally all I did was try to switch from Photoshop to trying to get back to stream so I could see the chat, and it did not like that. So all right, we are compositing right now so we can get this top view into the rest of the concept art scene. Then we can start sketching on top. Now, this taskbar thing. This thing is kind of annoying. It's because I have a Discord notif somewhere. There we go. All right, so we got the mask. We got to delete. Gotta delete this external stuff. Make sure we just have the background. So we want that set to multiply. Actually, hold on. I think I deleted part of my lines. Drag channel. Should be good there. That is the mask that I want. These. This can use the mask. There we go. Okay. I think I am back to where I was, or where I wanted to be before stream quit on me. Is this... So So that's the grayscale. This is the lines. This should be on top of the grayscale. Multiply that, then we will add the gradient map. Gradient map. This is reversed. And the colors are off. Should just be black and white. Okay. Then we can tone these values down just a little bit. That can be packaged up, merged, and then we bring it over to our Draco concept. That's very tiny, but it's fine. Actually, before I do that, what can I do? I think I might just have to deal with it. Oh, no, let's see. There we go. This would be, we'll group this. This is the top view. This is part of the front view. That's not good. All this is front view stuff. I gotta be more organized about this. There we go. Okay. Drag this out to size. We should be okay, and then I can start sketching finally. Throw on some symmetry. Take this opacity down. We'll just start matching the features. View, I need to hide clear guides. T-Rex, will it be concept art from Isle of Rima? I'm not sure what you mean. What does that mean? So it looks like I have to extend the crest a little bit back. Tazy, will you also draw concepts of its special abilities? Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get to today. Once I finish the top view here, we'll move on to all that stuff. I think Furious gave me a breakdown of all of that, so I just need to reference that list and start doing sketches. Jesus Christ, I got 3 ads. I don't know why that happens. I don't think it's anything I can adjust. Can't wait for Cretoxyrhina to start being modeled. That's going to be a fun one as well. I am looking forward to the sharks. But I think that one is pretty far down the line, if I remember the roster well enough. Concept showing skills and playing style. There will be concepts showing skills. They're going to be utilized in a different way in the UI. So that is one of the uses of them. But yeah, just to explain a little bit, because sometimes it's helpful to other people to be able to visualize, like, sometimes it gives ideas for the animators of like how it could be animated. It just helps solidify the ideas a little bit more if we can give some life to the concept, like, because this is fine, like, for like a modeler like me, it lets me, this is all the information I need, but for somebody else who's making the creature move or giving the creature character, it helps to give them a little bit more info. So I think doing the ability sketches is a little bit is a good idea, basically. And it's fun, they're fun to sketch, so gives you guys an idea of what we want them to look like as well. So it's not just all, you know, imagined. We can all get on the same page, basically. I gotta figure out how all of these spines work from the top view, though. So the hard part about these is that their origin is different than where their point, the end of them are, because they're angled. So from the top view, you're not gonna get a super good read on the height of things. I'll do my best. I think this is gonna be best. It's not really gonna come together for the spines until I get into 3D, really, because I can lay them out exactly how I want them, but it's just gonna take too long if I try to do that in ZBrush right now. Dracovenator is such a cool creature. I do, yeah, I agree. I think he's really cool. You're the guy from Beasts of the Mesozoic? I am one of the guys. Do you know about Mesozoic life? I have no idea what's going on with that project. Well, not with like development of the project. I will watch the Valley of Guanji today because it happens to be on screen. That's a really cool. That's one of my favorites stop motion animation films. The Valley of Guanji. I used to watch that a lot when I was growing up. I should actually try to track down a... They have it on DVD or Blu-ray or something. That would be fun to have in my movie collection. I also wish somebody would make a figure of him. I would definitely grab one of those. Or maybe, I don't know. I've thought about making my own figure just of like more obscure creatures and characters that I know probably are not very likely to get creatures. I mean, to get a action figure anytime soon. But developing an action figure is a lot of hard work. Engineering, it's like part engineering, part sculpture, you know? And it takes a long time. Have I watched Osmosis Jones? Yeah, long time ago. Animation in that one was pretty fun too. It was an interesting idea. So I'm drawing these kind of, they're not like flared out. They're not as flared out as what the side view is. So I still think, I don't know if we can actually do this, but I think the idea of like making these move is cool. Like maybe when, maybe it's just tied to the animations. Maybe it's not like under direct player control. Maybe like when it emotes and does a roar or like a threat, they like pop out and like shake or something. I don't know. Maybe he can also make like a rattling sound with them as like a threat. Because you see that happen on like porcupines, like you can hear it when they move. Their quills rub up against each other and they make like a rattling sound. Furious, you're using a pen, right? I'm trying to figure out how this is all working with you being able to scroll and look at the screen or drawing elsewhere, I would assume. Yeah, so I have my tablet in front of me, I have my pen, and then my left hand is controlling my keyboard shortcuts, or it's actually controlling this little toolbox thing that I have. And I'm not actually drawing like where I'm drawing. I'm looking at my screen forward, and that's where my cursor is. So it's a little bit of a mental like disconnect. I think for me, I'm used to it because this is how I learned how to draw in Photoshop. Like when I first started, so it's never really bothered me, but I think it does bother a lot of other people, where like it's a very weird experience for them to like move their hand someplace else and then the drawing appears on the screen in front of them. It's kind of it's a little bit disorienting, but for me it's not too big of a problem. But yeah, it's that's how I am controlling all of this stuff. I thought about maybe having like an overhead view, for stream 2 of like just showing my setup. Some people do that, but I don't know. I have enough trouble with like cable management and like all this junk I have on my desk. Probably not a great idea to do that. What was the special abilities of Draco? I think Furious would be... I have the list over here someplace in Discord. But they're like from last week, so I have to scroll up to find them. Yeah, well, I wasn't sure about that. Maybe, or like, is this a poisonous species? For some reason, I thought it might be poisonous. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Tazy, I think the female, what my idea was going to be was to, yeah, decrease the size of the crest just a little bit and probably like smooth out these ridges. As far as like the quill size, I don't know if it makes sense to make them smaller. Because I don't think they're using them as display necessarily. They're more like defensive. I don't know. We can maybe play with it and see if that makes sense. No poison or venom. Okay, so the quills are just like defensive protection, right? slash display, possibly. Mainly for show and display. Okay. And then if that's the case, I don't know, maybe we could do something kind of drastic where the female doesn't really have any at all. Or they could be very short ones, but that kind of presents a little bit of technical. I mean, I'm down to do it if that's what we want to decide, but it'd essentially be like we'd have to lay out a whole new like a whole new quill setup, because basically like some of these quills are going to be geometry. Some of them are big enough to be geometry. I don't think we can do all of them as geometry because that would stack up pretty quickly. So some of these are probably going to be cards of some kind. But if we're doing two different lengths of them, then you're basically doing two different layouts of cards and geo, which can be complicated. I don't know. Maybe we could select a few of them and just shorten them, so that way we don't have to do everything over again. Like these taller ones here, they could just be shorter, and then like the rest of the quills are short anyway, so that might work. That also brings up a good question about, I'm wondering how the quills work when they grow, as they grow, because that is something I have not done before. Will the hanging skin under the neck have jiggle physics? Seems like that would make sense. It's got enough mass on it. I think that would probably that would make sense. The thing about jiggle physics, though, I think they're kind of overdone a lot. Like, I don't know. I'm not an animator or anything, so, but in my opinion, I think we get a little bit too crazy with jiggle physics a lot in games. And the mass of like whatever it is, whether it's like I see it a lot in like muscle simulations, in movies too. Like you see it in you know how they have those like special features where they show the dinosaur like walking with like a skeleton, and then they put the muscles on him, and then they put the skin. The muscles help drive the jiggle physics, because they're like masses that can be they're masses that drive the deformation of the mesh, basically. But I think they go a little bit too far with it a lot of times, especially like on the thighs. The tails, they like start to make the creature like lose structure, and like look like it's made out of jelly or something. And I don't know. I think it would be cool to have that. It's a nice touch, but it's definitely got to be like tuned in. Furious, I think I know how to do it. We did it basically on the Eocarcharia, on the back, the dorsal spines. They should, the way I set it up, they should grow in very slowly until they reach adulthood. I'm hoping they're still working that way in game. I haven't seen somebody grow from a baby to a full adult EO like firsthand. But I think we'll probably just do it the same way. That would be my first guess. The thing about the EO versus the Draco is just that there's more of them. There's just a lot more to deal with, which is the nature of it, I suppose. Could work as a courting display, like with an iguana. Yeah, the little, and the female wouldn't have this either. So the female is actually probably looks quite different from the male, which is cool. I mean, it's cool to have like something that does have a very distinct difference. Tamim, hello, how's it going? You want me to draw the female? I'll probably do that. That would help down the line. Man, I feel like I'm just thinking about the past couple of weeks. I've worked on a lot of dinos. It's been Draco, Packy. I started working on the Nemi. I started also on well, it's not a dino, of course, but on the Onychodus. The like retouching or whatever we're calling it. I started doing that as well. So I'm kind of bouncing around lots of different stuff. And the Tropio, of course. I've been doing some extra research, basically. Trying to figure out the best way to handle the feathers. Should be testing that soon. No, not burnt out. It's actually a lot more fun to bounce around than to just like stay on one thing for a long period of time. It's just like a little bit of a different pace, right? To what we've been doing before, because like before I was mostly focused on one at a time, but this is fun. Like I like the variety. Variety is good. So we got those spines there. We take this off so we can see what's going on here. Yeah, I like the flow of it. I think it's gonna look really cool once all the spines are like laid in on the mesh. I like the shape that the crest makes from above. This sort of like V. No, pretty cool. What else can we do? I need to finish this tail barbs here. I need to go to side view. What's a side view? Doomblades, will the current animations of all playables be improved in the near future? Improved? I'm not aware of any issues with them. Like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like we'll improve things as we go. Like, if they need improving, I feel like we'll catch it and we'll begin to improve it. But the thing is there's like a hierarchy, right? Like, we can't improve everything all at once. We kind of have to pick our spots and improve things like in terms of priority. So like, if the animations are in and maybe they're functional, but maybe they're not as polished as we might like them to be, well, they would, as long as they're functional, we'd probably it might be a while, you know. I'm not exactly sure what priorities are as far as that is, but that's what I would imagine would be happening. Because like if the animations are doing okay, but we have other bigger fish to fry somewhere else in the game, I think that's probably where our attention would go, you know what I mean? As far as I saw though, like the animations seem fine. I was watching I don't think I caught the last Q&A live, but I was watching the Q&A that Furious did. He was playing as the Peru, and that's looking cool. Like the swim animation is looking cool. He was talking about some other animations that needed to be done, so I don't think it's fully completed. I think I don't like the way that tail ends there. It's because I'm trying to stay on the page. That's why I need to either shift stuff or I need to extend the canvas. I'll shift it. I'll shift that stuff in a little bit. Move this here. Understandable, just asking because the animations feel unpolished or unrealistic enough, not realistic enough. Hope they'll get more love later down the line. Let's see, have a good stable ecosystem. Yeah, I am guessing that some of the animations that are currently in the game are somewhat rough. Like, I don't know. I feel like if you're looking at our game and as far as completion goes and like polish is like an end stage thing. What I think we're trying to do, as far as I know, is just try and make sure that the game is going to work as we'd like it to work, like all the mechanics and all that stuff. And then we slowly polish. Like I said, it doesn't happen all at once. We kind of pick our spots to polish and then move on down the line. But as far as what's in the game right now, I feel like it's pretty cool for a game that, I don't know, how long has Echoes of Extinction been in development? It's not been that long, I don't think. I mean, I didn't start like right on day one with everybody. I think I joined maybe like a year or so after the whole thing started. Okay, so now I can lengthen this tail. I think the barbs at the end of the tail should just be longer, because it feels like a little bit stumpy. Yeah, I'd say the same, Tazy, about the animations. I mean, the other thing we have to keep in mind when we're talking about like indie development, indie studios, is like a lot of us, you know, some of us on the team, this is our first like our first go around with game development, right? Like that happens a lot in indie dev studios where like maybe some animators haven't animated a dinosaur ever, you know, or maybe they're, you know, it's just like there's a little bit of greenness in the team, right? Understandably so. So we will grow in experience and we will grow in refinement and all of that stuff as the game like matures. It's a little, I understand it can be frustrating sometimes from a you know, fan standpoint or a player standpoint, but it's just kind of the nature of it. What? Why did it do that? There we go. For some reason, the rotate tool in Photoshop is being really weird. I usually don't have any like issues with it. Flimgo. Are the quills gonna do anything, or are they just there for show? I think they're mostly for, well, they're defensive and they're display structures. The thing I was kind of pitching to that I thought was cool is if we could animate them, so that way they move up and down. Like if they're in like a relaxed state, they're like down and closer to the body. But if the Draco is like agitated, or like maybe it's in combat, or maybe the player has some control of whether they're flared out or not, but they could go up and down. And maybe even like during displays or movement, just general movement probably as well, they could like rattle. You can hear it with, like I was talking about before, you can hear like porcupines when they move. You can hear the quills brush up against each other, and they have this like rustling sort of rattly sound. So I think that would be cool if we could explore that in the animation and like sound effects side of things. But that's totally like, that's just me pitching ideas here. I think that looks better. We could even do, I feel like it needs at least one more. There's a little bit of like a drooping, sort of like falling feeling. I think it's cool. I want to get it. Keep on encroaching on the edge of the page there. Okay. Top view. Need to get rid of those lines. Oh, but I also need to add all the quills to the tail there. So I think from above, the shape of the quills would be kind of like a teardrop sort of thing, I suppose. With a really narrow, it's almost like a brush, at the end of a brush. They'd gradually get larger as they go towards the end of the tail. This kind of reminds me of, I'm getting flashbacks to working on, I was working on a Spicomelis recently. This is way more like little quill. The Spicomelis had a lot of spikes, but they weren't quite this small, but it still gives me the same sort of feeling like laying them out. Hey Fox, how's it going? Can I draw in symmetry but not have to see this blue thing, this blue ruler? I would think it was one of these like little guide things or extras. If I hide it, does it still work? Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. It's kind of distracting to see that blue bar there. Kind of gets in the way when I'm drawing on the midline. Finally done making dinner. Oh, nice. What did you make? If you don't mind me asking. I'm doing well. This morning has been good so far. Looking forward to later today. My wife and I are going to... So Wednesday, this past Wednesday was our 9-year anniversary. And we tried to make it like special, but we did like a little dinner thing, but it's not much to do. We're in a small town and there wasn't much to do around here on Wednesday, so we decided to move our celebration to today. So we're gonna go do an escape room, which should be fun. And probably spend some time around that area, see if we grab some good food. There should be lots of closer into the city. There's much more like variety, much more selections of stuff. So we'll probably try and grab some really good food over there. Tortillas, that's really good. I need to ask one of my family members if they can pass me along. My grandma used to make tortillas a lot, and they were really good. And I know someone has the recipe somewhere, so I need to ask and maybe try to make some myself here. This past Christmas, I did make a cookie recipe that we used to have when I was growing up as well, and they did actually come out pretty good. Okay, so I got the top view. And we could do a quick concept of a female. Would be pretty easy. We'll just copy the male. Why does that not work? Symmetry off. Edit. Fill. Not fill because layer is locked. This layer? There we go. Multiply. Yeah, yeah, that's another way to get it done, right? Just pure hunger motivation. I think I don't know. Are we going with a convention that the females are slightly bigger, or are we doing like slightly smaller? I would guess it could depend on the species. It could vary. I don't know. I'll just keep it the same size for right now. We'll just duplicate it down. I do think it's kind of it's seems only fair, I guess, like if the female's going to lose all of this fancy stuff, it's kind of fair to make her bigger than the males. But I don't know. In the game, they will all be the same scale, otherwise it gets tricky. Okay, no worries. So we'll get rid of the dewlap thingy. The crest will make slightly smaller. Just slightly. Maybe like smaller, but it makes it feel like even more swept back. It's kind of cool actually. We'll do just a little bit smoother on the top here. Not as spiky. And then we said, well, we can try it. How do I want to do this? We'll keep this version with the spines just in case I need to bring those back, but we'll use this one as we'll take the spines off completely. Looks very streamlined that way, without the quills on. I don't know. How do we feel about that? Well, let's see if anyone comments anything. I'll not pollute the waters with my opinion right just yet. I'm just reviewing Furious's notes on the behaviors that I need to sketch. Yeah, so my initial thoughts here are, like, I like the head. Without the, like, with the new crest shape and without the dewlap. But yeah, the rest just feels too simple. So I think like this, but then this is like what I think I know what I want to do. We keep the spines, but just make a lot of them like less the height reduction just a little bit. Like these bigger ones here on the neck, we just like cut them down just a little. These big ones there, we cut them down. So they're less like, they don't pop out of the silhouette quite as much, but they're still there. The tail, I don't know. I don't know if we need to change the tail at all. I feel like this might be enough. Yeah, I'm not sure, Evan. I'm not sure exactly how that's prioritized. Yeah, I do not know. So we'll just like come back and like just give these all their points. Prince West, would there be any giveaway? Like giveaway of like the game? Like as a prize or something? I'm not sure if that's something we're going to do or not. In the future, possibly. Like I said, I'm not sure. Seems like it'd be a cool idea for like some sort of, I don't know, special occasion, right? Maybe if you want, maybe you can pitch it in the Discord as like a suggestion somewhere. I don't know. I think I like this. I mean, we could probably do a version where we shorten the tail spines some on the female too. I don't know if it's entirely necessary. Will Islander post any videos on what's been happening? Like, as far as, I mean, he does the dev diary at the end of every month. All that stuff. And I think you get a lot of inside information from the streams that we do, so females look cool, spiky. Yeah, I agree. I think the spikes carry, without the spikes, it just looks a little lackluster compared to the male. I think we need some spikes. Do you still hire 3D artists? I don't know. I'm not in charge of hiring people, so. That would not be my call. I need those symbols. There's like circles with the arrows and stuff, so I can delineate which is which. I just need some quick, like, PNG or something probably. Let's see. So there we go. Oh, it pops in with the checker background. I hate when that happens. Let's separate these. Scale them. Make sure they are same size. They don't need to be that dark. Okay. Alrighty. So let me clean this up. The scale thing I need to adjust because where there's the side view, I need this side view, and the other concept art that we've been doing this just to make it consistent. I haven't been doing silhouettes. I do the human character as a silhouette, but the dino is just the sketch, but it's like filled in with the gray. So we can try to maintain consistency here. Silhouette is a little bit bigger. Okay. Okay, so we'll get started. I don't know how much time, I mean how fast I can do this. I'm probably not gonna get super far, but we'll use this as a, this is my ref. We'll start a new document. Keep it kind of, let's see what we can do. I'll pull this off to the side here so I can see. So we're talking about abilities, and these notes say utilizes its crest for some sort of thermal vision / echolocation pulse effect. Maybe some sort of, oh, that's just a suggestion. Okay, so showing like it's detecting things with its like echo ability. So how could we show that? At least try to get like the gesture of this going here. Maybe, I don't know, he could be like, maybe there's like a lot of dense like foliage or something around him. What would they be feeding primarily, I guess, is the question. I'm assuming if they're using this to find prey, it's probably like smallish prey. Because I don't think you'd need echolocation to spot like a big giant hadrosaur or something. So maybe there's like something small, like hiding. Or like a Dryo or something. Do they have poor night vision? Yeah, I think Dryos are actually pretty big though, aren't they? I mean, I could maybe put like a baby Dryo or something down here. I'm looking for something small. Let me look at the roster. I don't know, maybe it could be fun to, maybe it's like a little, we have Beelzebufo in here, don't we? Like a little frog guy, toad guy here, hiding. I don't know. Tail maybe to fill with quills. Have it more like the body. What do you, let's see. Like I feel like the density in relation to the body is similar. You just want me to thin the tail out more? Because the thing, I mean, from a visual standpoint, like, if we're talking about balance, the reason why this has the amount that it has is to kind of balance out what's going on up here. I can try definitely to thin it out. It's just I'm worried that this area here is going to be very front heavy, you know? I'm trying to distribute something out here to make it less like yeah, front heavy. I'll save this. We'll call this like, I don't know, V. How do I want to do this? Well, okay. Well, instead, we can probably just do this. Top view, I need to adjust later because I'm probably running out of time. But I can... like, so I'll take this back to around here, and then I'll just thin out the side, like how far it comes out on the side here. It is going to look a little bit more dense from the top because we're like looking down at the whole length of the... like there's multiple barbs stacked on top of each other from top view. So it might look more dense, but it would be like this. Like I'm not like exactly counting every quill, but I'll try to get it to read as not as thick, I suppose. So I'll use this shape as a guideline and just follow it. Try not to get it wider than this. Double D, hey, how's it going? Delta, I'm very late. Happy Saturday. No worries. Happy Saturday to you as well. I hope your Saturday's been going good. Just I'll hang out a little bit longer and just finish this little bit so I don't have to come back to it later on. Why is it not picking? Oh, it's because it's set to current layer. All layers. This also kind of reminds me of, or maybe not too much. I have it on my brain because I saw, I don't know if you guys are interested or collect figures, but Nanmu, I was looking at some new images of a prototype Allosaurus from Dinosaur Revolution that they have going, and the Allosaurus from that documentary has a little spikies on his tail as well, at the end of his tail, little like bristles. The figure looks pretty cool, actually. I think the figures that they're coming out with more recently, like the they have a JP T-Rex and Spino. I have two of their raptors that are pretty cool. But that allo looks pretty sweet. It's the broken jaw allo. Actually, I don't know. I wonder if they asked for any input from any of the artists that worked on that documentary. Like if maybe I should ask if they actually were able to help out on that. I don't know if they actually reach out to people like that though. Because I'm wondering if David Krentz was involved with the development of that figure at all, because that's his sculpt, I believe. But I should probably just ask him out of curiosity. I'm doing that. Dracovenator. I don't know why it's because it's recovered. Oh, because the PC crashed. That's why. It's trying to save it as a whole new document. There's also a version with a non-broken. Oh, cool. I did not know that. I might have to get both. Okay. So, aside from the sketches, I don't know. I'll post it in the Discord so everyone can take a look, and you can let me know how close this is to being finalized. but I'm comfortable submitting this for a final review. But then, of course, we need these sketches, so I will work on those as well. Yeah. I think with that, I will go ahead and get ready to get out of here. Yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Sorry for the little interruption earlier in the stream. Trying to think if there's anything going on. I think Wednesday stream is going to be fine. Oh, Mondays, I still have my stream on Mondays. If you guys are interested in going over and watching any of those, the creature design stuff that is my like personal projects will happen. I have it on Mondays, in the evening, from 6 to 8. So I'll be doing that on Monday again. If any of you guys are interested, it'll be on my channel though. But other than that, Wednesday and next Saturday look good for streams still. Yeah. Thanks everybody for being here. I will catch you next time. Have a good Saturday.